He's everything Themba Mbuli couldn't have imagined how fruitful and defining this journey would be all those many years ago. Today, he's an award-winning choreographer whose pieces Dark City and Dark Cell have respectively earned him accolades and international respect, taking him to stages in Sweden, Zimbabwe, Argentina, Uganda, to mention a few countries. His latest title is that of 2016 Standard Bank Young Artist for 2016, of course, is in the dance category. He joins us now from our Seapoint studios to tell us more. Themba, good morning. Congratulations. How are you doing?
Good morning, Lebu. Thank you for having me. I'm doing good.
What does this mean, though, SBYA 2016, personally, in the journey that you've undertaken of dance?
It's such an honor and a privilege to be recognized with this such big platform. For me, it means really that I'm in a good path and people are realizing that what I'm doing. So I'm really grateful and humble for this opportunity.
What do you think it is about you and your work that caught the judge's attention?
I think my work speaks about what's happening. It mirrors what's happening in our society, both currently and previous times. So it speaks about my personal life as well. So I think it's the honest of the work that I'm doing.
I mean, what does this mean to you on a personal level, and what do you hope to get out of this title?
It means that my work, for instance, next year we'll have an opportunity to present the work in the National Arts Festival, and all eyes are going to be on us as young artists. So it means that for a year, people will be listening to us of what we're saying, what are we saying with our art. So I'm happy to have that opportunity for once in a year, people to listen and experience what I'm capable of as an artist, what I can offer into the art and what can I offer into the country.
I mean, like most art forms, it takes finding your voice and stamp to earn respect, recognition, and, start making waves. When would you say that point in your career happened?
It happened when we formed. We have a dance company called Coundn't Dance Company. It's an integrated dance company that deals with people with and without disabilities. So I think that's when it started to happen, really. I started to understand what I'm doing with a different eye and a different understanding. So my approach in my artistic work has really changed from then since we formed the company. And yeah.
Mm. And who is or has been your role model, in this business? Who's your best influence?
My best influence, one of my best influences is Kent Ekberg. He's one of my mentors. He's the person who saw a talent in me when I was still in Soweto doing community theater, what they call community theater. He saw and it gave me an opportunity to be trained as a professional artist. So I think he's one of my biggest influence, and he's the one who introduced me to the professional theater. And I'm still in contact with him, and we still collaborate every now and then.
Mm. And, I imagine when Standard Bank calls you and says, look, we've selected you, I know you're supposed to keep quiet for a while before you can even tell your friends. But at that time when you get that call, obviously you know that you need to start thinking of 2016 and Grahamstown. Have you already wrapped your mind around that, okay, I might be going in this direction, a production that I might put on for Grahamstown?
More or less. I'm still thinking about the concept that I'm going to do. But it's also a work that speaks about, because all my works, they've been documenting what's happening in South Africa, mm-hmm. But now I want to make it broader and look at Africa as a whole and look at how the contribution of women in Africa, how it has been for the past 10 decades or a decade. So I'm interested to see the voice, to search and find out what the voice of women has been in Africa for the last years.
What kind of contribution do people like Sylvia Glasser had on the person that was Themba today?
Yeah, Sylvia Glasser's work and her approach with her approach, it has really contributed a lot in my career. One of the works that still stay on my mind, it was called Blanket of Shame. I was still a student when they did that work. It documented exactly how the situations in the township that I was growing up to, they were. And for me to see a dance work doing that, explaining in detail and mirroring in details of what is happening in my community, I was really touched by that, because I'd never imagined that dance has that depth of transmitting that information without any words. So for me, I still carry that in my heart, and even in my work, it's visible, because I still use some of her approaches towards creating work.
All right. And what else is on your plate now ahead of Grahamstown?
Right now, I'm an artistic director of a newly formed festival that is going to happen in the first week of December to celebrate the International Day for People with Disabilities. The festival is called coundn't Arts Ability Festival. So right now, my focus is on that. We're showcasing, we're trying to make integrated, well-known in the communities as well, because we are taking the festival more in the communities, so that they start understanding that people with disabilities, they are and they can do whatever that they want to do. So we are showing that through dance. So it's also a campaign as well to say people with disabilities can, and they can do, and they can be whoever they dream to be.
All right, Themba, thank you so much for talking to us. Themba Mbuli, congratulations again. He's the newly named Standard Bank Young Artist for Dance, the young dancer whose foundation was laid by moving into dance. Mophatong is now choreographer, and his SBYA reign in 2016 will see a new piece that will premiere at the National Arts Festival in July. After the break, we'll chat to another winner, this time in theatre.